Zukon here, and in this video I'm going to go over the changes that have happened to the Ret Paladin in patch 7.1.5 and what that means for us Ret Paladins and how that's going to affect us. So overall, pretty much we've had some buffs and nerfs. In the most part, the buffs have been to mostly irrelevant abilities, and the nerfs have hit us pretty hard in some places. So I'm going to go into every change and how that's going to apply to the Ret Paladin. So yeah, I'm going to get straight into it. I do want to say something at the end of the video though, so if you want to stick around, then you can do that. So basically, I'm just going to get straight into the changes. The first change we've had is that Retribution abilities have been increased by, the damage has been increased by 12%. A similar buff has happened to all the classes in World of Warcraft, pretty much, so it's not nothing specific just to the Ret. It's kind of a weird change because we're allowed more artifact rates in Arena and PvP, so this damage buff is a little bit weird since healers are going to struggle a little bit more, so I don't understand that change, but we'll see what happens in the in PvP, I guess. And the next change is that Consecration gets 100% damage buff. As I said, this is like pretty much one of the irrelevant abilities. We don't really use it, to be honest, in PvP. So it's kind of an irrelevant buff. No one picked it. I don't think anyone's going to pick it again either. And again, the next change, Divine Hammer, its damage has been increased by 100%. This is irrelevant for arenas, but this might be pretty relevant for battlegrounds. This might do a lot of AoE damage in battleground. It already did quite a lot of damage. I didn't really pick it that often, but it might be considerable to pick in battlegrounds now. Maybe I need to give it a try. But definitely, it's pretty much irrelevant in arena though. But in battlegrounds, I'll say you'll do a lot of AoE damage with it since it's been increased by 100%. So it's quite a lot. And the next change. Our executing sentence damage has been increased by 55%. This is kind of irrelevant yet again because it gets dispelled in arena. You know, when you're going to go against people that know what they're doing, you know, in pretty high rated arena, they're just going to dispel it every time, to be honest. So there isn't really much of an opportunity to use it. But if you do get the opportunity to use it in arena somehow, it is going to deal a load of damage. Like, it's gonna hit really hard. I'm talking glacial spike kind of damage. Like, it's gonna hit really hard because it does almost 700k damage without wings or crit. So it's gonna be hitting really hard. So it's not often that you're gonna find a team that doesn't have a friendly dispel. So it's gonna be kind of rare that you're gonna get it off in arena. But yeah, again, maybe in World PvP battlegrounds, it could be pretty fun. So you could try it out. I might try it out in a few arena games, see how things go, but most of the time it's going to be pretty irrelevant in arena, so it's kind of a shame that some of these changes are looking pretty good, but they're kind of in like the wrong places, if you know what I mean. So it is kind of, I don't know, a little bit frustrating, I guess. But anyway, the next really frustrating change is that, oh, there's a blank spot here. What, that means Blessing of Might was removed. Now, I don't really like this change at all, because I don't know why it got removed, to be honest. I think that extra little damage we gave to the team and ourselves was pretty necessary, to be honest, because we've got pretty mad bursts sometimes as Ret Paladins, but we don't have the best burst in the game. You know, look at Destro Locks, look at Mages and things. I don't think this was a necessary change, because you will kind of feel it missing. I know it didn't add a lot of overall damage, Blessing of Might, but there was like an odd occasion where you could get like a random, you know, spike of damage, like that let you get the kill. So for example, if your mate is playing mage, you get a glacial spike and it procs a Blessing of Might, then it's going to do a lot of extra damage. So those extra little random spikes of damage were pretty good, especially when you cleave, because you do a lot more different types of damage. You got more chance to proc it with different, you know, hitting targets more often. So it did proc quite a lot with AoE and cleave. So it does take away from that a little bit. So it's a little bit of a damage nerf, so I'm not that happy about it, but we're going to have to see how it plays out. But since our Blessing of Might's been removed, Blessing of Wisdom and Blessing of Kings have been buffed. Now, these buffs are tiny. They may look pretty decent, but like, the blessings are kind of tiny anyway, so it won't make that much of a difference, but it'll give us a tiny bit more survivability to our arena partners. So we got to see how that plays out. So, Fist of Justice has come under a little bit of a change. It's a tiny nerf. to the actual holy power spending part of it when you use Templar's Verdict. So it will decrease by a little bit of time. It was DRing quite a lot sometimes, so I think it'll be okay, the change. It's going to be on cooldown a little bit longer now, but it's kind of going to be different. It's going to be on a shorter cooldown if you just use Justica's Vengeance. So it's kind of a buff and a nerf. But I guess in the most part it's a little bit of a nerf since you don't use Justica's Vengeance as often as you use Templar's Verdict. So it's not that much of a nerf. I'm not that bothered about it, but you know, it's not that bad of a change. You know, either way, you can get it off faster with Justica's Vengeance, you can get it back slower with Templar's Verdict. It's just a little bit it's like a 1 second difference, so it's not really that much of a difference. But anyway, the next change is going to be to, let's have a look. Divine Intervention now reduces the cooldown of Divine Shield. Oh, okay, the bubble buff. Nerf, sorry, but not buff, bloody hell. So the nerf to bubble, this is what I'm really annoyed about as a Ret Paladin. So basically, we picked Divine Intervention because we had the auto bubble, and it reduced our bubble cooldown to half, but no longer. This is a big nerf. Like, it's 4-minute cooldown on our bubble. We got the big bubble cooldowns back to us. Like, we don't have that much healing, really. We have Flash of Light, but you remember in War to Draenor, we had an instant cast, and we had a pretty decent Word of Glory, so we could sustain ourselves and our arena partners pretty well, and we had a lot of mobility in WoD as well. I mean, we had a long cooldown on a bubble in WoD as well, but we had so much more survivability in WoD, because, you know, we just had a lot more healing. So, I don't know why they're doing this, because there's been so many instances in Arena where I've been, oh, if they applied that bubble nerf, I'd have been dead. Like, there's so many times where my bubbles just proc twice in Arena. And there's so many arenas that I would have lost if they've put this change in earlier in the game. Like, it's unbelievable to think, because I know a lot of teams do kill you after they force your bubble the first time within the first 2 minutes anyway, but against a lot of the teams, maybe in the longer games, there's a lot of times when they do definitely pop your bubble twice with the old Divine Shield. It does feel kind of crappy because it does take away from our survivability quite a lot now. Ret Paladins are going to be easier targets to kill. You know, instead of having a 2.5 minute window to kill the Ret Paladin, which is it's survivable sometimes. Like, you can do that. It's going to be a 4-minute cooldown, so it's kind of crappy. It is pretty annoying. I don't know why they've done it, to be honest. I mean, Ret Paladins, they're pretty strong, but they're not the strongest class. Like, they're not top tier, so I don't understand why they've nerfed them this much. I don't know why, really. I know we've had a little bit of buffs, but the buffs really aren't that great. You know, the buffs are kind of in the wrong places. So the bubble nerf is pretty frustrating. It's going to be pretty annoying, but we're going to have to see how it plays out. I mean, Ret Paladin is a lot weaker than it was at the start of Season 1. Blizzard seems to do that sometimes, like they make Ret Paladins really strong at the start of the season and they just nerf them to shit, pretty much. But I think we'll still be viable, like we'll still be pretty strong. Stronger than we were in War to Draenor, definitely, but it's still quite a heavy nerf. People are going to be probably looking at Ret Paladins a little bit less now, so it's kind of annoying. So I don't understand why Blizzard have really done it, to be honest. I guess it's just a bunch of people crying in the forums that don't know much about the Ret Paladin, probably. So it's kind of annoying. I'm a little bit annoyed, but oh well, we've got to try and play around it and try and figure out what to do. But we've got a little bit more changes here. We've got Seal of Light, which is completely useless anyway, replaced with another useless talent for PvP. It's more of a PvE talent, really. It just gives your raid a lot of healing when you do damage and stuff. It's not really relevant for PvP. And the next one we've got, it's another irrelevant buff. Word of Glory has been buffed. It was pretty crappy with a 1-minute recharge anyway. You can just heal yourself with Justica's Vengeance for that much in a short amount of time, so there's just no point. There's literally no point. You can literally just heal yourself with Justica's Vengeance straight away. You don't have to wait 1 minute. I don't really understand. So it's kind of crappy Word of Glory anyway, and just buffing it by 33% is not going to make much of a difference really. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Ret Paladin changes now. The they did go over a lot of things, BTR, some things changed, some things didn't. I'm glad some of the nerfs didn't come through. There were some really bad nerfs coming through, but we survived most of it. So we've got some pretty... I say the nerfs are like in the right place, but the buffs aren't. Like the buffs are kind of to our abilities that we didn't pick anyway, type of thing. So that's kind of annoying, and our nerfs are pretty annoying too. But that's it, guys. I'm sorry if this video sounded a little bit ranty, but I'm a little bit annoyed. But no, I'm not that annoyed really. But we're gonna have to see what happens in arena and stuff. So yeah, like I said at the start of the video, like I want to talk about some things. I know I haven't been really uploading that much recently and stuff like that. Like I haven't really been playing arena that much this season. Like my current rating's pretty bad. I got to like 2k and then I haven't really played that much. I just dropped down a little bit. I just haven't been playing for like the past month or so. Really, I haven't been playing that much arena. Been kind of busy with like other stuff. You know, planning to go to university soon, so there's just a lot of stuff I need to do and stuff like that. So I haven't really had that much time, and people, you know, they've already got their big current ratings and stuff, so it's pretty hard to find a team. So hopefully, I do want to try and get into the back of swing of things, like try and get into a good arena team, trying to get my rating up. But I guess I just need to do more things like battlegrounds and other things, WoW PvP maybe. So I just want you guys to like let me know down in the comments like what you like to see. I know a lot of you like to see the arenas. I'll try and do as much as I can with the time that I've got. But like I said, I haven't really found a team this season. I haven't really been playing that much. But I do want to try and get back into it. So just let me know down in the comments like what you guys like to see the most, because maybe I can work off that with the time that I've got. Also, guys, I'm wondering what you think of me playing other games on the channel, or not just World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft will probably be the main focus still, but I'm just curious to see if you guys would like to see me play more games, so I could be a little bit more diverse on the channel. Just please let me know down in the comments so I could get some feedback off you guys. So anyway, guys, I know this video is probably going on for pretty long now. I've been writing quite a lot, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the changes helped you out and stuff. So I hope that gave you a little bit more understanding of things. So I probably will do more videos covering like what these abilities can do in battlegrounds and stuff later on. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.